In the province of Alberta in Canada, the government of Premier Danielle Smith has just forced striking teachers to go back to work, ignoring their very reasonable demand to have the first real raise since 2013, which would account for the 35 to 40% inflation that has occurred since then. Their strike also was about securing better conditions, teaching conditions for Alberta students. The government ignored that, as it has ignored the plight of many working people, including healthcare workers in the past. This is the same government and the same party which handed out a $4.5 billion tax reduction to corporations in 2019 without requiring them to create a single job henceforth. Imagine a system in which the ruling party of a province hands out a 4.5 billion Canadian dollar corporate tax reduction, which mainly affected, in a positive sense, large oil companies in the province of Alberta, without a single caveat for those companies to have to create a single job in the province of Alberta. Trickle-down economics did not work, did it? Not only did they not create any new jobs, they have slashed jobs because Esso, under its parent company, ExxonMobil, has just slashed 900 jobs in the city of Calgary, once the corporate headquarters of the Canadian oil patch, exporting those jobs to India, Argentina, Thailand, and Brazil. The reality that we have here in Alberta is that the government of Alberta is more concerned with maximizing shareholder wealth than the well-being of Albertans by handing out corporate tax reductions to companies that export Canadian jobs overseas, and moreover, force Canadian workers such as oil patch engineers to train their replacements, which would take over their jobs in places like India. Imagine training your own replacement knowing you're going to be terminated. That is the reality that we have here in Alberta. So tell me, how does the UCP government support Canadian jobs, Canadian industry, Canadian taxpayers, Canadian citizens, and Albertans? Tell me, why do we give away our natural resources for next to nothing? Because if we look at what the royalties are in Alberta, it is minuscule compared to the record-breaking profits posted by oil companies in Alberta. They export our jobs and they use our taxpayer money to fund a portion of their operations and then export our jobs overseas. Alberta should be wealthier than Dubai, should be wealthier than Saudi Arabia. Instead, if you're living in Alberta, I don't need to tell you what life is like. Inflation, rising poverty, rising crime, hunger, food banks are overrun, homeless shelters are overrun, and skyrocketing housing costs and a bleak future for us all. 3 definitions. Democracy, rule by the people. Plutocracy, rule by the rich. Kleptocracy, rule by thieves. What do you think we have here in Alberta?